Ruby offends another EastEnders legend as she clashes over Martin's funeral. EastEnders Ruby Allen butts heads with another Walford local in the build-up to Martin Fowler's funeral next week. Ruby had initially washed her hands of making arrangements after clashing with Martin's stepdaughter Lily Slater. But Stacey Slater later extended an olive branch and insisted she should be included. With Stacey now taking a break from the square, Ruby has been full steam ahead making plans for Martin's farewell, and earlier this week upset his aunt Kathy Cotton by passing over her to cater the event. In forthcoming scenes, Ruby will soon clash with Stacey's mum Jean Slater, reigniting their old feud. Upon spotting Ruby in the cafe making arrangements on Monday, Jean offers to help share the load. However, Ruby quickly dismisses her offer, upsetting Jean. Jean then receives some advice from the least likely of people, Kathy, who viewers saw embark on an affair with Jean's partner Harvey Monroe earlier this week. After taking on board Kathy's tips on how to handle Ruby, Jean and her manage to agree to work together on the plans. But things do not run smoothly, and when Kathy is later roped in to help them, she soon finds herself in the middle of a huge clash when Jean and Ruby's differences flare up. As daggers are drawn, is Martin in danger of not getting the send-off he so deserves? Well, given Ruby is still in the dark about what really happened on the night Martin died, it looks like there might be a few more bumps in the road yet. Earlier this month, pictures from on-location filming for Martin's funeral were published, revealing many characters in tears as they bid their farewells. Fans also had their first look at the return of Martin's sister Vicky Fowler, who is heading back to Walford after 21 years, with Alice Haig taking over the role from previous actress Scarlett Alice Johnson. Kathy Burke reveals why she turned down EastEnders' role, and it's utterly brutal. The award-winning actress, 60, is best known for her work on a number of legendary sitcoms, such as French and Saunders, Absolutely Fabulous and Gimme Gimme Gimme. She's also known for performing alongside Harry Enfield, with whom she performed the madcap teenage duo Kevin and Perry. More recently she has hosted a number of documentaries, as well as podcast Where There's a Will, There's a Wake. Each episode features outspoken Burke sitting down with a celebrity guest and discussing how they believe or hope to die, plus their plans for their funeral. Morbid, but hilarious. Recent installments have included presenter Rylan and actress Daisy May Cooper, in which she discussed the one role she turned down, and it was on our beloved BBC soap. I was asked to do EastEnders and no, IF asterisk 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 hate EastEnders, she shared. I can't stand it. In fact, if I'm flicking my television, even if I hear the theme, I have a real, reaction to it. Despite her feelings for Albert Square and the show's signature tune, she did note her affection for the cast and crew. She's even pals with Perry Fenwick, who plays Billy Mitchell. Sorry to everybody involved, she said. I know everyone's got a job to do. I admire you all greatly. But nah. Perry was a guest on the pod in 2023, where he revealed he was hospitalized as a child following a series of near-death experiences. From the age of none to 10, I think I spent quite a lot of that time in hospital, he said. I electrocuted myself when I was 3. I was playing with a bowl of soapy water on the rug. And I thought how interesting it would be to put those 3 fingers of mine in the water and put them in that plug hole in the wall. At which point, my mum is watching television and was aware of this thing going right across to the other side of the room. He continued, I fell off a bridge. We used to have an iron bridge near where I lived, and you used to have to do this dare where you walked over the arch of this bridge. I had a wobble, fell off of it, and it was about 25 to 30 feet. There was a little stream running underneath it with these mud banks next to it, and luckily for me, someone had got into DIY early by removing some of the railway sleepers. As this was in the 60s, if I would have hit one of them, that would have been it. Perry recently celebrated 40 years of Walford action in a stellar week of episodes to commemorate the occasion. His character took center stage, as Billy finally married Honey, just moments before a catastrophic explosion that killed beloved local Martin Fowler. It was announced last month that Kathy will step down from hosting the show after completing over 100 episodes. A statement published on social media read, "Queen Kath is hanging up her death cloak, but where there's a will, there's a wake will go on. In the meantime, you'll get more Kathy with free 6 FUEPS in coming weeks." Producers Sony Music Entertainment are yet to announce her replacement. EastEnders Bianca has the most savage response to Reese's funeral, and it's Sir Bianca. Reese was killed by a falling bathtub in the aftermath of the Queen Vic explosion last month, shortly after his crimes had been exposed to his horrified fiancée Sonia Fowler. Over the last year, fans of the BBC soap had seen him smother his comatose wife Debbie to death and let Sonia take the fall for it, before then holding Bianca hostage after she found out the truth. Understandably, Sonia hadn't been all that keen on attending his funeral, despite Bianca's assertions it would be a chance to dance on his grave. However, she was given a new perspective after receiving a visit from Debbie's mum Brenda Collins on Wednesday, and eventually agreed to attend. As the day of his funeral arrived in the latest episode of the BBC soap, Bianca attempted to get things off to a surprising start by offering up some shots of vodka, for Dutch courage. Fans didn't get to see the service, but when Sonia and Bianca returned back to the square, Bianca had a very Bianca response to the proceedings. Asked how it went, she replied to Lauren Branning, "Crappy coffin and the 4 people who hate him most in the world. Still more than he deserved. He should have been slung in a skip." Later, Bianca took one last act of revenge on her captor. After an impromptu baby shower Bianca threw at Harry's barn to celebrate Sonia's newborn daughter Julia. Bianca was feeling the effects of too much champagne. Suddenly feeling sick, and without a bucket, she then proceeded to throw up in the bell of Reese's beloved tuba. With Bianca set to leave Walford in the coming weeks, that right there is why we shall miss her so much. EastEnders Zach makes a huge decision after receiving startling threat. That family, they are rotten to the core. Zach recently discovered that he is Barney's biological father, from a secret affair he had with Nicola 16 years ago. While he has wanted to inform Barney of the truth, Nicola has gone to extreme lengths to keep it from her son and her ex-partner Teddy, who still believes he is Barney's real dad. This week, Teddy also left Zach battered and bruised after he tried to step in and stop a dramatic row between Teddy and Sharon. With Teddy turning violent, Zach told Nicola that he'd reveal all to Barney and go to the police about Teddy. But Nicola shared an alarming revelation about Teddy to Sharon and Zach which gave him pause for thought. It seems Nicola's threat worked, with Zach deciding tonight not to act on his promised actions. The morning after the fight, Zach pays his sister Sharon a visit, who is still rattled from Nicola's news about Teddy last night. "I think she's telling the truth," she tells Zach, having spent the night looking up news reports and social media to see if he is connected to the killing of Harry's ex-girlfriend Shireen. Zach doesn't buy it and heads to Nicola's house to take action, but is stopped by a passing Penny who asks him if what he is about to do is a good idea. The two catch up later in Harry's bar, with Penny buying Zach a pint, apologizing for questioning what he was doing earlier. Zach shared that Teddy and Sharon have split, with it ending badly. Penny is able to believe this given her own experience with Teddy and the Mitchell family. Penny went on to reveal that Teddy's thug reputation is real, with her hearing that the police say the rumors about him are more than talk. They're just unable to prove anything. She then recalled her brief fling with Harry last year and shared that she got scared when she discovered that the family might have something to do with Harry's ex-girlfriend Shireen's disappearance. "Not many things scare me, but that family, they are rotten to the core," she said. "I got out okay. Not all of Harry's girlfriends have been so lucky. Let it be." Viewers saw Zach finish his drink later at Harry's bar alone and go to leave, bumping into Teddy who just walked in. "Got something to say?" Teddy smirked, with Zach replying, "It'll keep."
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.